Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Foreign Football Podcast. This is your co-host Patrick Monaghan. I'm joined by Luis Moore and Harris Uemitsu. Guys, thanks again as always. Always a pleasure to have you all on.
No, man. This is the best podcast in the world. But people just don't know it. People just don't know about it, man. Do your research. Tell your mom, your grandpa, your grandfather about this podcast. They're gonna love it.
They're getting ready for the excitement. We're prepping them for it.
Yes, sir. They just don't know about it. Harris, you gotta let them know. They're just missing out, bro. They're missing out. That's what's happening.
I know the Giants are coming. That's the name, man. The Giants are coming. Yep. What's up, guys? What's popping today? You guys doing well?
Yeah, man. Everything well. Just been excited to do this show. More hungry than ever to make the show blow up, make it recognized by the world.
Well, that's kind of a tough thing, but yeah, I'm doing quite well as well. So Luis, you kind of had a couple points you wanted to talk about, but we talked about it last week. I guess we were wrong. I thought Frank Lampard was going to stay, but I guess I'm wrong. And now we got Thomas Tuchel taking over. So far undefeated.
Look
at this guy. Look at this.
A Manu fan is bringing out a Chelsea jersey. Jeez.
That shirt right there is called the Adidas sale in March that happens every year here in Charlotte. So that's why when these jerseys go over 15, I cannot reject them. I cannot.
Are you gonna sell it?
Nah, man, I ain't gonna sell it, man. Hey, at one point it's gonna become vintage, man. So might as well keep it around,
This guy, man.
You see, which one was that? That's when Chelsea came to play in Charlotte?
No. It was Adidas sale in Charlotte. The one that they used to have.
Oh.
Yeah, and the Bojangles Colors. Not the Bojangles Coliseum. It was something. But this was their last season, I think, as Adidas. This was when 2016, 2017.
Okay.
They won the Premier League.
I see. With Mourinho.
No, with
Conte,
yep, exactly. Yes.
Okay.
So let's go in and talk about Thomas Tuchel's first win as a coach. Second game, racking up 4 points for the Blues. Now he just got his first win.
Yeah, well, number one, I didn't even think that, as we talked about, that Lampard would have been fired. In my opinion, I think this is still too early.
Definitely early.
He should have been given more chances. But it's what it is. Football, things happen very fast. What do you guys think about Tuchel being a coach, though, overall?
I think, in my opinion, man, I think it's a good signing. He was a good PSG coach. It's the way that he got fired was very BS, in my opinion, because he got fired after giving PSG a win. I think it was a 4-0 win against one of the French teams, and he just got let go. So yep. I thought, in my opinion, that was pretty messed up. But he's a good coach. He's coached PSG, Borussia Dortmund. So he's experienced. He has a lot of experience.
I think too, and he's a very young coach, and Chelsea recruited a lot of German players. So I think that would be a good fit to have a coach with a German coach, very young, who like playing with young players as well, who like developing them. So it's a fantastic opportunity for Tuchel. I think maybe he's the man. Maybe he's the man right now. Let's see what he's going to do. I wish him all the best. I'm excited to see what he's going to accomplish. I think Chelsea has a very good squad. So let's see. I don't have nothing to comment whatsoever. I was happy when he left Paris, to be honest. I felt like it was time to have a change. I wanted Allegri, though, but okay, I'll take Pochettino. It's okay. So, yeah, let's see what Tuchel's going to do. I think it'll be a good fit for him overall.
So, but hey, Harris, let's just say Allegri. Let's keep him from Madrid, though, in case Zidane gets fired. Let's keep it as an open house para Madrid.
I agree. I hope so, man. I hope so. You don't know what Florentino Perez do sometimes, but I hope he will be smart enough and bring Allegri.
Yeah.
You know what?
the Liverpool finally scoring after how many minutes was it, Patrick? 513?
No, it was
He scored this weekend.
310. 310 minutes. And to get back
Wow.
to what you talked about, I think that you're going to see a revival of kind of like Alonso and Rudiger at Chelsea. And maybe even we'll see Pulisic used more. Because the thing is, Thomas didn't have a set formation really really at Dortmund and at PSG. I think he's going to be more fluid, but I still think it was wrong. I mean, I'm rooting for him and all. You know, he's a great manager, but it just doesn't feel right. I'm not even a Chelsea fan, but it's just I don't know that
I
just doesn't
mean,
sit with me.
he's a legend, man. He's a legend for the club. He as his first season as a coach for Chelsea, he got them in the top three or top
Right.
four to go to the Champions League. I honestly would have said, give him some time, but don't fire him. But I mean, it looks like the president of Chelsea is very impatient, from what I've heard.
Chelsea's an impatient club, though, and it's like that's why even say like if Man City had done awful, say this season, if they hadn't rebounded, you would never see them firing Pep. You know what I mean? It's just like
And it doesn't even make sense either, not to bash the Chelsea team, but why be so impatient? You have good players, but it's not to the point where the team is going to become no one knows. But I don't know if y'all can agree with me on this. I wouldn't say that no matter how impatient they get, they're not going to become a Champions League winning team. Maybe the Premier League, but at most I'd probably say like an FA Cup or league winning team, because Liverpool is good, Man City's good, and those are kind of like the top two at the moment, I'd say. I mean, Man U is good as well, but they could be on and off. They're in, inconsistent.
I can agree to that. Now you talk about say Liverpool and City. Does City have enough, to go and top the table this year? Do you think that this is going to be something that just they're able to hold on to, or what type of battle do you think we're going to see? Because I wonder if Man United thinks that they have enough to win it. I
Let me
wonder if
tell you
there's that
something though.
confidence.
City,
Please.
City pisses me off a lot. The reasons being is they have such a squad that they can play 3 first team that can compete to be at least in the top 10 of the Premier League. 3 first team. I mean, sometimes Sterling didn't even play. I mean, he barely played last game, right? Mahrez doesn't even play sometimes. You have Kevin De Bruyne that is injured. They play Gundogan. Like, the team is so stocked. So as far as Manchester City being on the top, something pretty easy for them. I believe they struggle a little bit this year because we have a lot of injured players. But now they're coming strong, and I'm pissed, man. I have them in my fantasy team. Every time I play a City player, he doesn't even play the next game. I'm like, come on, man. Like, come on. But no, joke aside, to answer your question, Patrick, I think that's one thing about City. Once we take that position, it's hard to challenge them. It's really hard. Unless you're Liverpool, it's hard.
Harris, I got something to add on to that. And they said that there was a rumor saying that, that Man City's president was buying Champions League group stage for Man City. Because if you look, I think at the previous 3 group stages that they've played, they have played with some easy teams. Not easy, but they've played with some not either like a top 10 teams, but they've played with like Shakhtar, with Borussia Mönchengladbach. And then there was a comment that I saw, and they said they play with some easy group stage teams, but for some reason they never go on to win the whole tournament. Because I say, adding on to those people's comments, I don't think they'll ever get their hands on the Champions League. It's just something that's missing from that team. I don't know if they just can't, compete when it comes to the big dogs like Bayern Munich, Barcelona, Juventus, Real Madrid, even though they knocked us out last year.
It's Luis, my friend. It's not easy to win the Champions League, man. No matter what we can say, it's not easy. You know how long it took Chelsea? I think they already reached in the early 2000s. And Abramovich came officially, if I recall, 2003 maybe, or 2002. And what, they won the Champions League in 2011?
2012.
12, right?
Bayern Munich's own stadium.
Exactly. They beat Bayern Munich, and with who as a coach? Could you remind me? Di Matteo. I mean, what are the odds? They had Mourinho. They couldn't win it with Mourinho. They had Carlo Ancelotti. We didn't win it with Carlo Ancelotti.
Rafa Benitez.
Yeah, well, I won't count Rafa. That was miscast there. Because Rafa is a Liverpool coach. There is no way he could have, coached Chelsea, in my opinion. But he tried, but it didn't work out. He's a red guy. He's not a blue guy. So, they have all those big coaches. They had Felipe Scolari as well. The Brazilian. Brazilian coach. Yeah, they had him. They had him at some point. Yeah, they fired him pretty quickly, though. Just to add on what we talked about earlier, is a lot of turnover on their coaches. Yeah. And even recently they had Conte, 0. It's not easy to win the Champions League. And Chelsea, man, with Abramovich, they bought all the players, like all the big names were there. But you need some stability. And I think right now, Guardiola has been a coach for what, about 4 years now?
5.
Yeah. He's in his 5th years. Give them some time. I mean, it takes a lot. It takes a lot of chances as well. I mean, it took 30 years to Liverpool to win it again. So let's see. I think we're getting close, but they need that little momentum. Maybe they need, maybe as we were talking about, maybe less turnover from their players. Maybe if you keep a very consistent team that plays more, like Madrid has strong, stable base, and you change one pieces year and year, maybe that's what we need so that the team has more momentum. But it's difficult, man, to win the Champions League. Not easy.
Yeah, no, that's true. That's true.
And you know what?
That's a good point.
One other thing, though, too, is if you look at it, you're trying to go and have a consistent squad, but they have enough depth to be able to win it. But I agree with what Harris said in that I think the problem is every season, what are they getting? 3, 4, 5 new players all the time. They got Werner, they got Kai. I mean, and those guys aren't even really performing that well. It's like, I just feel like it's every year there's always some new signing. They give them half a season or a season. Okay, it doesn't work out. Send them on loan or sell them. There's no consistency. You could say what you want about Man United, but Man United's been fairly consistent. And Man City, for the most part, is fairly consistent. That's why, if any year was to come, I thought last year could have been it for them. Not to disrespect PSG, but to see that they were able to go and make it to the Champions League, I think that's more of a compliment to PSG. But again, I don't know, guys. But
I mean, again, as I said, is you need a strong base, and so far since Guardiola has been there, they kept their coach. They kept their team relatively stable. I mean, Aguero has been there for a long time now.
Exactly.
De Bruyne as well. He has such a leadership, Fernandinho. So, I mean, the players they add to the team, they had Mahrez, they had Sterling, plus. It's not like they really had fully stacked, and they've been like they just keep rotating, man. They rotate the left back. Sometimes Mendy will play, sometimes Ukrainian kid will play. Like Foden on the bench, Gundogan play. What's the young Portuguese guy?
João Cancelo.
Silva. No, Silva.
Bernardo Silva?
Bernardo Silva. So the team is really, really, really stocked, man.
Does João Cancelo get any playing time, man? Because I feel like, man, he left Juve. from getting playing time to going to Man City and not getting as much?
I don't think he does.
Yeah, I don't even know if he plays that much.
I'm curious
Wow,
to
yeah,
see.
I haven't heard about that. The kid, man, is so long. I haven't even heard about anything about Kyle Walker. Like, it's like a whole 2 years have gone by. I have not heard Kyle Walker's name at all.
Yeah, no, he does play though. I think Walker does play. He kind of retained that position on the right side. But even like John Stone was not playing for a while, and he came back and scored like 2 goals in like a week ago. So it's always fluctuate, man. Like, but let's see. I mean, we can add COVID this year. I don't want to use COVID as an excuse because I don't think if teams are performing well, so we shouldn't use COVID as an excuse. So let's see what we're gonna do this year. I mean, Champions League is starting back again pretty soon. Let's see what we can do. And to your point earlier, Luis, every time you play in an easy group, when you get into the knockout stage, you get knocked out. That's what happened.
If you know, you're right about that, man. Like I said, they're getting that paradise at the start, but they're getting hell at the end.
Exactly.
And it's not for everybody. It's not for everybody. Think about it. The only team that I would say that it was from Madrid when they won it those 3 years in a row. But now, Madrid isn't the same Madrid from 2017.
Losing
Unfortunately,
to Shakhtar, losing to Gladbach. That's what I'm like, bro. How are you gonna go and disrespect them when they're coming
losing
our
to
house and
Levante.
beating us? I honestly think I agree with what Harris said though. I think if you have such an easy route, there's no preparation, there's no buildup. You're not coming in to the second round and you're not thinking, oh, this is going to be tough or I'm already prepared. That's why I say you look at teams like Atalanta, Roma a couple years ago, Ajax. I mean, they made it through because they were used to it. Was incredibly tough in the league. They come in, they've had battle after battle after battle. That's why people, they always looked at Serie A and thought, oh, Juventus is always, going to win. Okay, true to that point, but the actual Calcio was incredibly fiery and incredibly tough. And I think we saw that this past week with Slat. I'm sorry to say it, but it's hard to keep a straight face with Zlatan and Lukaku. I know you guys saw that. Like,
I saw
that
that.
was too
Okay,
fiery.
so hold on. So real quick, did he actually? Well, he did say something about his mother though. But did y'all find the comment racist? Did y'all see it as racist? Because he said something about go do your voodoo shit. My opinion, I thought it was racist. Because I don't know where Lukaku was originally from, but I know that they say that in Haiti, voodoo is a big thing. In Haiti is a lot of, they're not African American, but it's black colored skin. And I thought it was racist in my opinion. But then there goes Pogba trying to back him up, which I can see why. But honestly, I feel like that comment that Zlatan did was out of two things: out of pocket and racist.
Yeah, in my opinion, if I jump on it, I didn't hear the comment at all as far as what he said. But if he say go do your voodoo shit, voodoo whatever, it could be. I don't know if racist is the term per se, but definitely it's those stereotypes, right? That you're using and it's wrong. But at the same time, it's difficult. Like you're in the game, like you're in the fire of the game. You guys are both of them are going at each other, so we're seeing a lot of things. As far as it's not direct, it was kind of indirect. So I don't think Zlatan is a racist person for sure. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt on that one.
Yeah,
I
no,
agree.
definitely not. Like I said, he's had a lot of friends that are black. Pogba, Eric Bailly, him and Eric Bailly got along.
Even Lukaku, that's his friend.
Yeah, and Man U, yeah. I mean, the thing is, that's just some living proof right now, man, that the Serie A could probably be the best league at the moment.
It's
At the
that
moment, if
heat
you
of the
think about it.
moment. It's heat of the moment, and that's the why. I think that's the reason you watch it. Is it's not so pre-packaged. Like, I'm not going to name names, but there's other leagues that feel a little
Right.
more pre-packaged and kind of not as authentic. Versus you watch Serie A, you know you're going to see some
The
crazy
Premier League,
passes.
you mean? You can say it out loud.
Okay, yeah, I'm going to say it out loud. The Premier League is pretty packaged. You know,
Yeah.
we're watching. I'm at my job.
Thank you.
I'm sorry, but it's like, don't tell me that a team like Wolverhampton that I like, but that's like a mid-table team. You're gonna tell me, oh, they're a better team this year than like Real Sociedad, or a better team than like, come on, Roma, get out of here. There's this like idea that this is the Premier League. Oh, this is so much better. Like no one's paying attention. No one's paying attention to Ligue 1, where we got Lille on top, we got PSG, we got like competitive leagues, and it's like, okay, you're just gonna focus
Yeah.
on that? Come on.
Premier League is really hyped. You know, when you think about it, they have a lot. There's a lot of good teams, but to be honest, there's a lot of hype in the Premier League. You can just tell. I mean, look at them
That's
in the
true.
Champions League and also in the UEFA League. They're not performing that well. That's true. Liverpool won 2 years ago, but before that, yeah, I can't remember having before that it was Chelsea. So, right, 2012 was a long time ago, and then Manchester United won the UEFA Cup. Yeah, you got to give him that, but that's pretty much about it.
It's a short history, a short
Liverpool,
recent
Liverpool
history.
won, and Liverpool won against Tottenham in final. So 2 Premier League there. So.
Yeah,
And think about it too. The Europa League in 2019 was 2 England teams, Arsenal and Chelsea.
and you're not.
Basically,
That's true. When Chelsea won, yeah.
And think about Sevilla. Sevilla won 3 Europa League finals in a row. If that happened, if I
just
guarantee
like
you this, if Leicester, or not even Leicester, if Man United won 3 Europa Leagues in a row, the amount of press that you would get would be unreal. But because it was a Spanish team, they're like, we don't really care. That's just how it kind of felt.
It was a smaller Spanish and smaller team. But yeah, to your point,
Exactly.
if you was Wolverhampton or Leicester, but have won it, everyone would have talked about them. But they'll go to the Champions League and lose on the first round.
That's true. That's honestly though, they'd lose to like Copenhagen and Bruges, and then they would go and have an excuse, and you're like, all right, there you go. We expected this.
Yeah. So I mean, I won't knock the Premier League. I think the level has really increased again recently. So which is good. They have a lot of good coaches. The style is just a special style. It's that run and kick, but it's still getting play. Is still less technical. There's a lot of rush and a lot of adrenaline, but there's less tactical in play in the Premier League compared to the other league. And I've been saying that for a long time, but people still believe the Premier League is the best league in the world. I mean, it's the most exciting league, I have to admit it, because there's more money involved, and the way the football is played there, everyone can win at every time. And the game never finished because it's played at that fast-paced attacking pace. Like they don't control, share, like the technicals. If you want to see some technical football, go to La Liga, man. Like the technical side of La Liga, it's off the roof. And tactical wise, go to like El Calcio, the Italian league. You see there the Serie A, and then you want to see all-out football champagne, as they call it. Go to Germany with some technical side as well, with some beautiful shot from everywhere. Like Premier League is like kick, run, boom, kick in the side. They have a big
true.
Guy who can head the ball.
That's true. That is very true. But now talk about the Premier League, man. I'm actually excited because my boy Moises Caicedo just joined Brighton and Albion. Brighton Albion?
Brighton Hove?
Is that the name?
Brighton Hove Albion?
How about dude? I forgot the name. My bad.
Oh, Brighton, right?
Yeah, my boy,
That's
man.
a good
I'm actually
move for
excited.
him.
That's actually. So how many Ecuadorians we got in Europe? We got Felipe Caicedo, Leonardo Campana.
Are they related, Felipe and Moises?
Nah, they're not.
Okay.
Yeah,
is that a common last
they're
name?
not.
over there? Is that a common name?
Maybe in the coast, maybe in Guayaquil, yes, but like around, in the province I stay, not really. Like my last name, Lore, is it's pretty used a lot, in Triago and stuff like that. But Caicedo, not really though.
What's the expectation then
Moises,
from him? Because he was doing very well with
2019.
Independiente.
He was doing very well, but it's very exciting though because I feel like Independiente is actually now producing our best national team players. Reason why I say it is because this is something that even Emelec and Barca fans, me being a Emelec fan, I can't really say Emelec has been producing any good players. Like the last good players that they produced for national team was maybe Ener Valencia, Miller Bolaños, and Angel Mena. Barcelona, on the other hand, not really. Give me a sec. Give me a second. Hold on.
Is there anybody like that in Togo, Harris, or not really?
Like who? Like Felipe Caicedo?
No,
Like me, Moises Caicedo?
is there like a club where it's like, oh, this is the one club that is famous for always producing really good talent? Because MLS, they don't really have anything like that. Because I don't know that much about your league.
Yeah, I mean, if the league is still on, so no, there've been some teams like Gomido de Gualimé, le Grand Gomido. It's who has been producing some very good player. Étoile Filante, which was the Fighting Stars, which are the Fighting Stars in English. It's been a very good team as well that are producing some good players. Entente 2, which is also a good team. But I would say Gumido has been the one if I can recall, that has always been good over the past few years before I left. As of right now, I won't be able to tell you exactly which one is really performing or producing the most, the young, talented players. But I can still argue that the old one, the classical team will still be around.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Looks like we got him back.
But we're not to the scale of Ecuadorian, man. Like Luis and these people, man. They're good, man.
Yeah, man. I mean, okay, I'm probably gonna have to. I think I'm gonna have to leave soon, but it's exciting to see this new national team. Like I said, even though it's been previous shows that I've talked about it. I mean, I can say after whooping Colombia's ass 6-1.
That's enough.
I'm excited to see this team. I'm excited to see it. I tell myself if Ecuador wins the World Cup, I'm gonna tattoo that World Cup trophy on my leg like Ramos. And I don't even like it, but I'm probably gonna have to do it. If it's Copa America or World Cup, I'm probably gonna have to do it, man, because that national team. Like, for anybody that watches our show, just know that yours truly, Luis Lore, cried when Ecuador qualified to 2014 when Montero tapped in the ball.
I said, you're going to get that Barcelona teardrop tattoo.
Man, hold on. Talking about Barcelona, man. There's just one player. I don't know if y'all heard of him, named Michael Arroyo. Have you heard of him?
Who?
Michael Arroyo. He's basically the one. He used to play in America. They used to call him Mickey. Damn, I just started. Please edit that out, Patrick, if you can.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, his name was Mickey Arroyo. So basically, he took number 11, to pay homage to Tuchel. But basically, he's an Ecuadorian player that has like failed plenty doping tests. A lot of doping tests, got tatted in the face. He's basically like, they blame him for Ecuador's disqualification in the World Cup when Valencia gave him a cross, stopped it with his foot, and he has a banger of a goal. Like, you could say he's a druggie, but he has a Ronaldinho foot. Check out some of his goals against England, Mexico, and Canada. That's his top bangers for Ecuador and Colombia too. But basically, the dude stops the ball, takes a long time. He tries to juke somebody out. One of the Swiss slides tackle, and then that's where that counterattack started, which I want to like erase that memory from my head. That was like the worst day for me as a soccer fan.